The storm didn't just start with a simple rumor or a random social media post. No, this one was different. This was cold, calculated, and devastating. All it took was one clip, a single leak, and Lil Scrappy's entire world came crashing down overnight. It wasn't just a scandal. It was a declaration of war that no one saw coming. Late that night, while most people scrolled aimlessly through their feeds, Stevie J did something that set the whole industry on fire. He dropped a hotel surveillance video that didn't just go viral, it detonated like a bomb. The internet didn't just react, it exploded. The timestamp read 4:07 a.m. Bambi, yes, that Bambi, was caught on camera. No bodyguards, no assistants, no entourage. Just her and some unknown man slipping into a hotel elevator like they had no care in the world. The footage wasn't blurry. It wasn't edited. There were no grainy frames to create doubt. The image was crystal clear, faces fully exposed. Bambi's face, unmistakable. The second the footage dropped, social media lit up like gasoline thrown on a flame. "Yo, Scrappy's done," the comments read. Fans, bloggers, and gossip pages devoured the clip like starving wolves. But it wasn't. Just the fact that Bambi was caught. It was who leaked it that made this whole situation burn even hotter. It was Stevie J, with no warning, no buildup, no subtle hints. Stevie hit post and let the footage speak for itself. The man who once called Scrappy his boy had now become his executioner, with the entire world as his audience. And instantly, the questions began flying. Who was that man with Bambi? Did Scrappy know? Why would Stevie J betray someone he used to call family? But more importantly, why now? What made this the moment for Stevie J to pull the trigger? Because this wasn't just an accidental leak. This was war. And the real story had been brewing beneath the surface for months, long before anyone saw this coming. From the outside, Lil Scrappy and Bambi had mastered the art of public perfection, posting smiling family portraits, attending red carpet events, sharing vacations, all while presenting themselves as Atlanta's hip-hop power couple. But behind closed doors, the cracks ran deep, far deeper than anyone imagined. Whispers of cheating, jealousy, heated arguments, and mounting resentment were always present. And sitting quietly in the middle of it all was Stevie J playing, both sides like a master puppeteer. Stevie's reputation in the industry was infamous. He always had a way of keeping his own hands clean while knowing everyone else's secrets. Who was sleeping with who was lying, who was vulnerable, and who had something to lose. According to insiders, Stevie had been sitting on that hotel footage for weeks. This wasn't some lucky discovery. He knew exactly what he had. He waited, he planned, he timed his attack. The tension between Stevie and Scrappy had been simmering for a while. What began as minor ego clashes eventually boiled into something personal. Stevie had always been close to Bambi, friendly at first. But as things between Scrappy and Bambi got rocky, Stevie became the ear Bambi confided in. She started venting. To him, about Scrappy's lies, his street life, his emotional distance, and how tired she was of covering for him. What started as friendly conversations soon shifted into late-night talks. Private rooftop lounges, secret meetings in penthouses where paparazzi couldn't find them, and every meeting brought them closer. Bambi, on her end, had already begun plotting her own exit. Those close to her say she was exhausted. Exhausted. From being the villain every time something went wrong in their relationship. She felt like Scrappy was emotionally unavailable, loyal to the streets more than to their home, and addicted to maintaining an image while their real relationship crumbled behind closed doors. And Stevie? He offered her what Scrappy wouldn't. Attention, validation, and most dangerously, leverage. As the whispers grew louder, those around them, drivers, stylists, hotel staff, started noticing the same troubling pattern. Why is Bambi always here? Why is Stevie picking her up late at night? Why does Scrappy never come with her? The pressure cooker finally exploded when someone inside that very hotel tipped Stevie off about the damning footage. Not only was Bambi with another man, but the entire encounter had been captured in high-definition surveillance. Timestamps, clear faces, unedited, raw. Stevie wasted no time. First, he let the footage circulate anonymously through a burner page, giving it a few hours to brew. And once the video reached its boiling point, he reposted it from his own account with a single-word caption: karma. That one word sent shockwaves through the internet. Blogs reposted. Fan pages analyzed the clip frame by frame. They examined body language, zoomed in on outfits, cross-referenced Bambi's previous Instagram posts, trying to piece together a timeline of when this affair may have started. Meanwhile, Scrappy was silent. Completely off the grid. No tweets, no Instagram posts, no press releases. For a man known to always clap back, his silence was deafening, and fans took notice. People started to realize that this wasn't just another messy love and hip-hop scandal for ratings. This was real. Something much darker was unraveling in front of everyone's eyes, and before anyone could catch their breath, the second bombshell dropped. While most blogs were still circulating the silent footage, another version leaked, this time with audio. The hotel's security mics had picked up whispers just before the elevator doors closed. You could hear Bambi quietly say, "Tell Scrappy he should have kept his phone locked," followed by soft laughter. Then the man she was with, later rumored to be a known Atlanta promoter and former friend of Scrappy, leaned in and kissed her neck. The internet lost its collective mind. Fans and internet detectives worked overtime, slowing the clip, matching tattoos, analyzing voice tones, connecting dots like it was a criminal investigation. The conclusion was brutal. Bambi was allegedly involved with someone Scrappy once considered family. The betrayal ran deeper than anyone first suspected, but the nightmare wasn't done. Out of nowhere, a mysterious Instagram account emerged, Bambi Receipts ATL. This account started posting screenshot after screenshot, leaked DMs, deleted texts, private conversations, showing Bambi allegedly speaking to multiple men behind Scrappy's back. Screenshots where Bambi vented her frustrations, saying things like, "I'm tired of playing house with a man who still acts like a boy. He cares more about his image than our kids. Let him go cry to Mama D if he wants sympathy." The receipts painted a picture far worse than simple infidelity. Fans were now witnessing years of pent-up resentment, bitterness, manipulation, and secret conversations, all spilling out at once like a tidal wave. Worse still, some of these DMs were timestamped during periods when Scrappy and Bambi were publicly flaunting their happy family image. Red carpets, holiday posts, anniversary celebrations, now all exposed as a carefully curated illusion. Meanwhile, Scrappy's silence only deepened the mystery. Close friends claimed he had locked himself inside the studio, cut off his phone, and even distanced himself from his closest circle. One insider whispered, "Scrap ain't even mad at Bambi no more. He's broken. That man loved her and she flipped the script on him like it was nothing." But the darkest reveal was still on its way. Another screenshot surfaced and disappeared just as quickly, allegedly showing a private DM exchange between Stevie J and Bambi 2 days before the hotel footage leaked. Stevie had messaged, "You are ready for this? Once this drops, there's no coming back." And Bambi allegedly responded, "Drop it. Let the world know who he really is." Suddenly, the narrative shifted completely. This wasn't just about catching Bambi slipping. This was premeditated, coordinated, a setup, a betrayal that went far beyond personal drama. This was revenge, calculated and cold. But what was the motive? Why would Bambi allow Stevie J, her husband's former friend, to destroy their entire family's image so publicly? That's when new rumors began to surface. Rumors that shook the entire love and hip-hop universe. Behind closed doors, Bambi had reportedly been negotiating a brand new reality TV deal. Not just a guest appearance, but a lead role. And the executive producer allegedly attached to that deal? Stevie J. The pieces fit too perfectly. The hotel footage, the anonymous leaks, the burner pages, the perfectly timed scandal rollout. It was a complete takedown of Scrappy's public image and a rebranding for Bambi. Fans started calling it the love and hip-hop coup. Even as the drama reached its peak, Scrappy remained silent. No press tours, no interviews, no Instagram live sessions, Just pure, deafening silence while his entire world unraveled online. But then came Stevie J's infamous livestream, the moment that poured gasoline on an already raging fire. In a dimly lit room with a half-empty bottle sitting on the table, Stevie J stared directly into the camera and delivered his chilling message. "Y'all mad at me for exposing the truth? Be mad at your favorites for living a lie. I didn't break them." She was already gone. And with that, the live ended. The clip, barely 13 seconds long, was reposted across every gossip blog, racking up millions of views in hours. Fans were divided. Some praised Stevie for exposing the truth. Others called him out as a snake who destroyed his own friend's family for personal gain. As for Bambi, she didn't issue any denials. She didn't post a statement. She simply uploaded a picture, holding a champagne glass with a cryptic caption, "When they mad, you moved on before they did." Within 2 hours, the post racked up over 600,000 comments, a mix of applause, backlash, and total disbelief. The disrespect, the audacity, the sheer power play of it all. And just when everyone thought the saga couldn't get more insane, a voicemail leaked. Scrappy's voice, raw and emotional, cracked as he spoke. "I don't know who to trust anymore. Bambi, you broke me, but this ain't just about us. There's someone else pulling strings behind the scenes, someone close to both of us." Immediately, fans began speculating, was there a third puppet master involved? Another layer to this betrayal? The theories went wild, but it was the next video leak that truly flipped the entire story on its head. The internet hadn't even recovered from the voicemail when a second video surfaced, and this one was even more explosive. Footage from a private party, just days before the hotel scandal, leaked online, but it wasn't some blurry, shaky cell phone clip. No, this was clear, sharp, and chilling. In the video, Bambi could be seen arguing in a dim corner with an unknown man. The audio was faint but decipherable with the right filters. You could hear her whisper fiercely, "If Scrappy finds out, it's over for all of us. No one can know." And the man, his voice cold and steady, replied, "Don't worry, Stevie's got this handled." That one line changed everything. Suddenly, the internet realized Stevie J wasn't just a passive player. He was the puppet master, orchestrating every leak, every scandal, every downfall, pulling strings behind the scenes like a twisted game of chess. Social media exploded. Hashtags like Bambigate, Scrappy betrayed, and Stevie exposed began trending worldwide. The fans were no longer just observers. They became full-blown investigators, piecing together timelines, cross-referencing events, and dragging every receipt into the light. Even celebrities started weighing in. Jocelyn Hernandez tweeted, "This ain't just reality TV, it's real life. Team Scrappy." While Young Jock cryptically posted, "Sometimes the truth hurts. Wait for the next move." The drama wasn't just consuming Atlanta anymore. It was consuming the entire entertainment world. As for Bambi, she remained silent, posting only cryptic messages like, "Every queen rises from the ashes. The truth always finds a way." But the damage was done. Fans who once rooted for her were now turning, realizing this wasn't just a broken marriage. This was a planned execution. Then came the next layer of chaos, a deep fake. Out of nowhere, a video surfaced showing what appeared to be Lil Scrappy himself, allegedly confessing to cheating on Bambi. In the clip, Scrappy seemed to say, "Yeah, I did her dirty too, but nobody needs to know." For a moment, the internet lost its collective mind. Was Scrappy guilty too? Had this all been a double betrayal? But within hours, tech experts analyzed the footage and exposed it as a sophisticated deepfake. The voice, facial movements, and even breathing patterns had been digitally manipulated to frame Scrappy. Now the question became darker. Who created the deepfake, and why? Was this a desperate attempt to shift the narrative, or part of Stevie's larger plan to utterly dismantle Scrappy's credibility? The lines between truth and deception blurred entirely. Fans were trapped in a non-stop loop of leaks, lies, and manipulation. But even through all of this, one fact stood above the noise. Lil Scrappy had not spoken publicly, not once. Industry insiders whispered that Scrappy was broken behind closed doors. Friends described him as emotionally shattered, spending days locked inside his home, avoiding calls, and shutting out the world. What started as heartbreak had now turned into complete isolation. And then, just when the scandal seemed like it had finally peaked, came the final nail. A secret meeting was exposed. Photos surfaced of Bambi allegedly meeting with a major TV network executive. Paparazzi caught her slipping into a private dining room where none other than Stevie J was also rumored to have arrived shortly after. The rumors that had been circling for weeks suddenly became concrete. Bambi was preparing for her own spin-off reality show produced by Stevie J himself. This wasn't just revenge anymore. This was a hostile takeover. Fans started calling it the love and hip-hop power grab. Bambi wasn't just stepping out of Scrappy's shadow, where she was eliminating him from the entire narrative. By now, gossip sites were flooded with theories. Some believed Bambi was the mastermind all along. Others insisted Stevie J manipulated her. A few even speculated a third party was involved, someone feeding both sides for their own agenda. But then, one final voice message leaked. This wasn't from Scrappy. This one was from Mama D. The audio crackled as her voice, angry, hurt, but unshaken, played across the blogs. They tried to break my son. They tried to erase him. But let me tell you something. Karma don't need help. You think this is over? Baby, it's only just begun. The internet erupted. Mama D's message was a shot fired directly at Bambi and Stevie J. And fans knew what that meant. War wasn't over. It was escalating. Stevie, sensing the heat rising, attempted to cool things down. Or so it seemed. He went live again. This time, sober, sitting in a black hoodie, face serious. His voice calm but menacing. Y'all act like I created this. I just exposed it. They broke themselves. Don't blame me for bringing light to what's been happening behind closed doors for years. Y'all mad? Be mad at the game, not the player. But no one bought the victim act anymore. Bambi, meanwhile, continued her power move, signing a new contract for a full-season lead on her reality show. Paparazzi photos captured her flaunting her new position like royalty, stepping out of luxury SUVs, wearing designer gowns, posting captions like, "Level up." Sometimes you gotta burn bridges to light the way. But even as she gained power, the court of public opinion remained divided. Fans were torn. Was Bambi a survivor taking control of her life, or a ruthless manipulator who weaponized betrayal to gain fame? And just when the world thought they had seen the final twist, Atlanta's biggest morning show dropped a bombshell report. An anonymous source from the hotel's legal department came forward with shocking new claims. According to The Insider, Stevie J didn't just stumble upon the security footage. He paid for it. Allegedly bribed hotel staff with tens of thousands of dollars to access the private surveillance files, including audio. All carefully selected, edited, and staged for maximum damage. The leak wasn't an accident. It was a coordinated hit, one that Stevie had planned for months. Suddenly, his role as truth-teller collapsed. He wasn't exposing a scandal. He was creating one. But why? That's when another layer unraveled. Multiple industry insiders claimed that Stevie J had been locked in an ongoing business feud with Scrappy for years, a feud involving production rights, reality TV contracts, and music royalties. This wasn't just about Bambi. This was about power, money, control. Scrappy had allegedly blocked one of Stevie's production deals months earlier, costing him millions. And now it looked like Stevie had waited patiently, crafting an elaborate revenge plot disguised as exposing the truth. And Bambi. Some believed she got caught in Stevie's game. Others believed she willingly played along, trading loyalty for her own shot at stardom. Scrappy's camp finally broke their silence, but not through him. His lawyer issued a public statement saying, "Lil Scrappy is focused on healing and protecting his family. False narratives, digital manipulation, and personal attacks won't destroy his legacy. The truth will come out. And when it does, the real villains will be exposed." But even that couldn't stop the avalanche already in motion. Social media erupted again. Conspiracy threads went viral. Fans built timelines, pieced together connections, and exposed every private friendship that once existed between Stevie, Bambi, and Scrappy. Hidden alliances, Secret partnerships, silent betrayals. The entire Love and Hip Hop franchise suddenly found itself under fire too, accused of allowing, even encouraging, the scandal to boost ratings. Producers scrambled to distance themselves, releasing statements claiming they had no involvement in the leaked footage or the private DMs, but nobody fully believed them. Then came the lawsuit threats. Scrappy's team hinted at legal action, not only against Stevie J for defamation and digital manipulation, but also potentially against the hotel for illegally distributing private security footage. The scandal that began as personal betrayal had now evolved into a multi-million-dollar legal war. But even with all the damage, one question remained unanswered. Would Scrappy ever confront Stevie J face-to-face? That confrontation, fans speculated, could ignite a final explosive showdown that would either destroy both men or expose secrets far darker than anyone ever imagined. And then, it happened. Leaked footage from a private studio meeting between Scrappy and Stevie J surfaced online. Two former brothers turned bitter enemies, sitting across from each other in an intense face-off. The video captured their heated exchange. Scrappy, voice trembling with anger. "You destroyed my family. You took everything from me." Stevie, cold and emotionless. "You handed it to me. I just exposed who you really are." Scrappy slammed his fist on the table. "Nah, you played my wife against me. You manipulated her. You set this whole thing up." Stevie leaned forward, his voice like ice. "And you let me. That's the difference between you and me. I think ahead. You react." The clip ended abruptly, but the damage was done. The fans went wild. This wasn't just a scandal anymore. It had become something far darker. A war for survival, for legacy, for power. And as the dust settled for now, one thing was painfully clear. The battle for Lil Scrappy's empire wasn't over. Not even close. The next move? It was still coming, and when it arrived, the world would be watching, ready for the next bombshell to drop.